The Eastern Economic Forum stands in a major key despite the fact that the weather forecasters has promised Hina Minor typhoon in advance. Even if there were showers, they did not affect the warm atmosphere in the exhibition halls. The National Orchestra was accompanied by powerful volcanoes, hot geysers, and the sound of wind. However, the Far East is not only about beautiful nature and the charm of traditions, but also about investment appeal.
This street is where all the regions of the Far East live for a few days. The annual exhibition tells the story of what is rich in Kamchatka, Primor, Sakhalin region and Khabarovsk territory. 11 constituencies of the federation in total. A total of 2,700 investment projects currently underway on their territory. Their total investment is already approaching 3 trillion rubles.
Even the impossible is possible at the Eastern Economic Forum. For example, you can visit a tiger. Visitors are welcomed in a good mood. The population of one of the rarest predators has almost doubled in the last 12 years. This is the result of the federal project of preservation of biological diversity and development of ecotourism.
We fight poachers. This is the first thing. The second is to increase the network of specially protected natural areas, tiger territories where this species traditionally resides.
During the last stripped census, experts counted 750 Amur tigers in the eastern taiga. Exactly the same number printed on a 3D printer inhabited the stand of the Ministry of Natural Resources. This predator made in amber mosaic technique also decorated the forum exposition authors of the art object had planned for it to draw attention to itself and to the problem of preservation of rare animal species. Experts say environmental education in Russia is reaching a new level. More and more people, both famous and not so famous, support the government's green initiatives. Dima Bilan proves by his own example that it is important not only to talk but also to do. The singer became the godfather of a Far Eastern leopard whom he named Victor. And recently he took tigress Myoslava from the Moscow Zoo under his guardianship.
As someone who was born in Karachi, Cherkessia, who grew up in the foothills, in the mountains, the rivers, all of it is absolute mine. A man who has always had a household, ducks, chickens, mute swans, loads and loads of rabbits. We had them all. And there comes a point when you start to think about the land, about nature, about what have you done in this life.
Ecology and tourism, economy and investments, finance and cryptocurrency, panel sessions, discussions, platforms, roundtables, more than 90 business events of the forum were dedicated to hundreds of topics important for bilateral and multilateral cooperation. Participants in the Russia-India Business Dialogue talked about how to increase trade turnover between the two countries. Experts are confident that cooperation in transport, logistics, alternative energy, pharmaceuticals, and coking coal supply will help to achieve this goal. They also discussed the prospects for settlements in national currencies.
I have to say that there is a long-standing friendship between India and Russia. Cooperation is developing in all spheres, including cultural, and there are also strong ties between the citizens of our countries, which is really nice and what I particularly appreciate. I personally put emphasis on trade and economic cooperation. A lot of work is being done here. Yes, there are some problems that we are facing, but we have to find better solutions and I'm confident that we can do it.
Participants in the Russia-Asian Business Dialogue also proposed constructive solutions for enhancing interstate cooperation. According to experts, the total GDP of these 10 countries is now the 5th largest in the world. It is a large, promising, developing market, ideal for industrial cooperation, digital transformation of the economy, implementation of sustainable development goals, environmental and climate programs.
Now, in my opinion, is the ideal time to further strengthen the interaction between the two countries. There are very good relations between Russia and Myanmar. This is my second visit to the Eastern Economic Forum, and I can say that there are even more areas in which we could cooperate.
The Russian environmental operator offers potential partners to take part in a bonding program. It assumes that the company will finance construction projects for waste management facilities, taking into account ESG principles.
We have already developed such standards for the industry and they have been adopted. We ourselves have received an ESG rating as a company. We cannot call what we are doing any other name because these are purely green projects, because we are reducing waste disposal. We cannot call what we are doing any other name because these are purely green projects, because we are reducing waste disposal, preventing the emission of so-called landfill gas which turns into a carbon footprint. And I think this is a big program, big opportunities, so we are open for cooperation.
Cooperation between countries was a key theme of the Eastern Economic Forum. Representatives of 68 countries in total participated, a mirror of a multipolar world and its opportunities. The Myanmar delegation was led by Prime Minister Min Aung Hlaing.
I want to address all businessmen present at this forum and invite them to invest in various sectors of Myanmar's economy, such as oil, natural gas, agriculture, livestock, food production, energy, tourism, development of fuel storage facilities and other infrastructure, industrial production of rubber, science and technology, information technology, healthcare and financial sector.
Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi also took part in the forum's plenary session via video link.
India is interested in strengthening partnership with Russia on many issues, including those related to the Arctic. We also have great opportunities for cooperation in the energy sector. Apart from the energy sector, India has also made significant investments in areas in the Russia for East, such as pharmaceutical and the diamond industry.
Chairman of the Standing Committee of the National People's Congress, Lizan Shu, also voiced his vision for further cooperation between Russia and the PRC.
I propose that through major joint projects in energy and transport, new points of growth in the digital economy and green development should be cultivated. We should increase connectivity, expand financial cooperation and promote settlement in national currencies, simplify investment and trade procedures, and achieve greater practical results of cooperation.
The leaders of our countries have set a goal of reaching a trade turnover of $200 billion a year. Last year we had a $140 billion trade turnover, which is such an ambitious goal, but clearly we will make a big step this year.
Russian President Vladimir Putin, for his part, stressed Asia-Pacific countries have become new centers of economic and technological growth.
For Russia, it is important that along with the economies of the Asia-Pacific region, the economy of our countries Far East should grow so that the region can offer modern living conditions for its people, increase their incomes, improve their welfare, create high-quality jobs and create efficient production facilities. Administrative and customs preferences that are unique to our country have already been tasted in the Far East. They have helped implement landmark projects even by global standards in such areas as gas, chemistry and shipbuilding, biotechnology and clean energy.
It gets better. A total of 290 agreements worth over 3 trillion rubles were signed at the forum this year. The agreements that were sealed on paper will turn into new implemented projects in the future. As the forum participants noted, the Far East is a close friend to all who are interested in mutually beneficial cooperation. The development of this federal district remains a priority for Russia. Ksenia Komistrova, Nikita Dimitrov, TV BRICS with JANHITTIMES.